Hello, gents. We have Seth back for an episode, but his audio's super fucked. He would not get close to the mic like a dumbass fucking piece of shit. God, I want to kill him, but kiss him, like caress him. Get real close and squeeze him. God. Okay, anyway, that was it. Podcast is starting now. Hello, ladies and gents. We're back with another episode. Surprisingly, for the first time in a while, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we got a fucking brown man on the set.
Am I brown?
You're brown enough to be considered brown.
I don't think so.
Your heritage is brown,
Well,
which
I think brown people would consider me white,
this is true.
so I don't think I'm brown.
But to
I'm brown
white,
compared to you.
yeah. So that you're brown.
In this room, I'm the brownest.
You're the
person.
brownest man in this room, yeah.
Alright,
I'm
that's
gonna just
fair.
move this over a little bit. I don't know how. Yeah, you really gotta lean into it.
Welcome back, boys, to another Weenus Gang podcast with
Episode 11 or 12?
12.
12? Fuck.
Episode 12 with your main host, Nicholas.
Have to be a fucking queer about this.
And then your co-host, me, is back for a surprising return. It's a fucking wrestling match over here.
You know I'm gonna have to turn that all up because you're whispering into that shit.
Well,
I don't want to fucking scream in the mic.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know
just
how.
fucking. Yeah.
Hey, that's a fucking.
That's gonna be.
Dude, this looks like earthquake shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know, right?
This is
It's
cool.
actually.
I like this setup a lot more than your
It's
studio.
fun.
Yeah, the
I
studio.
enjoy it a lot, man.
Yeah, this looks like a fucking heat wave shit. This looks like a vaporwave wallpaper.
Yeah, it does. It does.
We have no planned topics for today.
So that's why I was telling you we could just chat,
Yeah, you just want to chat.
and then if we don't have enough, solo.
That's fine. Dude.
Like I'll add my solo portion onto the end of this.
Dude,
Yeah.
I should be like a 20-minute segment. You know how like people have the like. Those,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, and then
oh,
you fuck off.
You know, you're like, oh yeah, all right, his segment's over. Get him out. Get him
the fuck out of here. We don't want his shit.
Next topic.
he was here for one thing. That's one of those like that's what they do when they like interview actors and stuff. Like Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Like they bring him on and they're like, "Okay, say what you got to say and get the fuck out of here."
Ran out of time. Get the fuck off stage.
Next
we
guest.
have Brad Pitt over here.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, okay, Buckaroo.
I love that, man. I love that.
Something we could talk about is how the kids at my school thought I had a 4.0 GPA,
Yeah.
and I felt insulted by it because it's like I did not have a 4.0 GPA. It was probably closer to 2.5,
Yeah.
and probably I didn't put in the amount of effort that 4.0 people did because nothing mattered to me in high school.
Never.
And high school kind of still. I got the diploma, as long as
Yeah.
you get the diploma, you're fine,
Well, that's not completely true.
You just got to know your priorities in life,
Yeah.
I think,
if you want to be a doctor or some shit and you think
Oh,
sliding
definitely.
by with a fucking 2.5, it's possible.
Don't-
But let's put it this way, you're going to be in debt way more than the fucking 4.0 genius who got the scholarships to help him out.
Well, I think GPA is a bad way to measure intelligence because
Yeah.
it's like
It's not-
a lot of it's memorization,
Mm-hmm.
and the other half is like
Well, if we're talking general pub, like schools, it is. Right? General public schools, they're not actually, which is why I liked our schools, because
it's a charter school.
generally your problems, like even math problems, like some of them I know for like some of the DP kids, they were open-ended and you had to figure that shit out for yourself.
Yeah.
Right? And it was like an open-ended math question. What the fuck does that even mean, right? But yeah, so it was like,
Charter schools
they
are
made you
badass.
they made you think. And actually statistically, charter schools are fucked.
What do you mean fucked?
Like worst rates ever.
Really?
Yeah, like kids with bad grades, delinquents,
From where? Or just across the country?
across the country. Yeah, they don't have a good record. Odyssey did us good as a charter school.
Well, it's turning into shit.
Yeah, it's turning into shit right now.
Yeah. I
But-
think we got out we scathed by the fucking
Yeah,
skin on our teeth. Was that phrase? Was it
the skin off our teeth. I don't know,
skin on our teeth?
which I don't get either way, because
Doesn't make any sense.
why would I have skin on my teeth unless
You do
I'm
have
knee
technically
deep in
skin.
like
It's
pussy?
Is gum skin? Is your gum
I
skin?
think it's like a. I know it's
It's like a muscle.
It's a tissue.
It's a tissue. It's not a muscle.
It's a tissue.
You know what is a muscle?
This dick.
Those fish in the ocean.
Muscles, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Oh my god, dude. So it was my friend's birthday the other day.
Not
Alright?
mine. Okay.
It's my friend's birthday.
Yeah.
Her name's I call her Momo. Okay. She turned 21 and we went out to this really nice place called Steak 44 in Phoenix.
I've heard of this place before.
Fucking delicious food, dude. Throughout the dinner, I was just like, oh man, this is really fucking good, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe I'm just a little over analytical, but I look
You are.
over at her plate and I realize she hasn't eaten a lot of what she ordered, right? And I've always known that she wasn't a big eater, right? But I was like, she only ate 2 of those. Like, what the heck?
Two
Like,
of what? What'd
she got
order?
like scallops, like a shell. She got like a shellfish,
Oh, okay.
and
She
I
a
was
fishy girl.
and I was kind of like, I was kind of like wondering what was going on there, right? I didn't even think about it, right? And then we hung out. We went to Scottsdale, like literally the next day or the next after that, right? And she was telling me that she didn't like them, and like, it clicked, you know, because that food was expensive. I was like,
Yeah.
it's like she knows it's expensive, right? It's her birthday, right? She would eat all that, right? Like to me, it just makes sense that like, even if like it's my birthday, I'm gonna indulge kind of thing, right? So I'm gonna
Yeah,
eat and gorge
indulge,
a little,
yeah.
right? So I was like the whole time. I don't know why it stuck with me, but throughout dinner, I was looking at people's like plates and being like, there's something going on here that I'm not like my brain isn't clicking.
It's just not good.
Yeah, and I'm glad I figured it out.
That's not good.
That she didn't like it at all.
Yeah. I think that
So-
would have been easy. My dad went to Steak 44 and he said their steaks are good, but he can make just as good quality steak for cheaper.
No.
I disagree. The meat, of course, is different.
It's
Because
their steak. No, I've never had better steak at there. Dude, oh my god, one steak there's like $45.
yeah, why are you paying $45 for a fucking steak?
I didn't pay for shit.
That's fair.
Which actually, in
she pay it? Did she-
case anyone's listening,
Did you just like?
which
eat it
I know
out?
you're not, but like,
Give her-
oh my god, thank
her-
you for that food. It was delicious, and I was like the entire time, like, and I even told them at the table, I was like, I wouldn't order anything over $30 if I was with my mom and dad, right? Never. So
mean?
like
What do
they
you
were
mean?
telling me just to order, right? They were like, just order, man. It's whatever. No, it's on us. Just order. And I was like, oh, thank you, but like I wouldn't even order anything over $30 if I was with my parents, right? The people who raised me, right?
I wouldn't
Like,
order anything over $15. To be fair, like we don't go like when we have expensive dinner, expensive night out is expensive night in when they buy just really good fucking meats.
yeah.
And like season like shit, and
Mhm.
we just cook it at
Oh
home.
my god, juiciest shit in the world, dude. Melted, bro.
Fuck Steak 44.
Fuck,
Dude,
it melted.
I will shit in your
I was
mouth.
coming.
No.
I'm coming.
So, oh yeah. So you're a sugar baby?
I'm a sugar baby?
That's what it sounds like. You have a sugar daddy?
No,
Sure sounds like.
I have a sugar mama.
Not mommy, mama.
A mama.
Okay. Is
She gave birth to me through her loins.
Oh,
And
is this?
it's my actual mom.
Okay.
God bless her, you know.
Jesus Christ.
Best gal, you know.
Yeah. How long have we been at this? Like 5 minutes?
8,
8?
yeah, 8:10, 8:11, 8:12, 8:13,
Oh, it looks like it's-
It looks like it's 0 over there. I see it. I
It's
see it. I
o'clock.
see it.
I'm really liking this vaporwave shit on your screen.
Dude, delicious food though.
It's overrated.
Oh, I was telling you. So you know, my brother, our co-creator,
No, God himself.
God himself.
Yeah, he's the reason we
He
exist.
visited, right, and we were gonna meet him in Scottsdale, right? Naturally, it was like, yeah, we're gonna meet up, hang out, right?
Suck each
Me
other
and my
off.
brother Daniel, my roommate, stayed at the mall for 5 hours without seeing him.
Where was he?
He was shopping around at Scottsdale for stuff he needed.
But you guys
And,
just didn't meet up?
So okay, so this is the way he kind of says it. He's like, I'm gonna stop by Bass Pro, and Bass Pro's like 15-20 minutes away, right? And we're like, no problem, man, take your time, like we'll just hang around here, maybe go get some food, no problem, right? And then he calls us back on his way, and he's like, hey, I think I want to stop by Red Wing and Joseph A. Banks. He needed to go to Joseph A. Banks to get his suit refitted, and then Red Wing to get some boots that he really wanted, right? And we were like, no problem. Those aren't at the mall, right? So we're like, no problem. And the way he makes it sound is, it sounds like 15 minutes per stop, and then like the 15-minute drive back, right? So it's like that's like a little less than an hour. I was like, we've already been here for like an hour, dude. It's no problem. I've waited longer just to see a doctor for something important, right? Like waited in the lobby for like an hour and a half just so they could be like, yeah, it's broken. It's like, well, fuck, you could have just said that, right? Like I didn't need to. Yeah, exactly. Like I didn't need to wait in the fucking lobby this long. So dude, it's no problem. No problem at all. I'm used to waiting. So we're hanging around, an hour and a half goes by, and I was like, where the fuck are you, man? And he's like, dude, I'm still at Red Wing. He hasn't even stopped by Joseph A. Banks yet, right? And I'm like, fuck, right? So Joseph A. Banks is like 2 minutes down the road, and then a 20-minute drive back to the mall, okay?
Okay.
So he says, why didn't you just meet me at Red Wing? And I was like, what do you mean, why didn't I just meet you at Red Wing? You said it was going to take you like 5-10 minutes when you were at Red Wing, and then 5-10 minutes at fucking Joseph A. Banks. He was at Joseph A. Banks for like no. Red Wing for like 2 hours, right? We'd already been there for like 2 hours, right? So now we're coming around the 3-4 hour mark of being at the mall, and then he goes to Joseph A. Banks, and he finally is like heading towards us, and he says, I'm going to be there soon. I was like, Chance, it must have been like 6-7 o'clock, and I was, dude, I'm going home. Like, we've been here for 5 hours. Daniel has his fucking crutch, and he's like clomping all over the fucking place. Getting up and down escalators is taking a fucking toll on my life, right? Because I go in front of him, and then I have to stand there to make sure he doesn't die, right? Getting on and off, right? So, like, we're walking around the mall, and just for him to get down to the other side and back is like a fucking chore, right? So I was like, it's no problem. At first, now it's a problem.
After 5 hours.
Okay,
Yeah.
me and oh my god, and he actually like, you ever just ask someone out in public, just randomly, like, hey, you're kind of cute. I was wondering if we could get your number or something.
I've done that in a while, but yeah.
When was the last time?
The last time.
And how often?
Well, to be fair, I don't go out in public very often.
That's true.
I'm either working or at school.
It's true, but when you're at work, you see any cute girls?
All the time.
You don't know it, do you?
They work there.
You don't do it, do you?
No, because they work there.
See? Alright? Point proven, right?
Oh, okay.
Daniel, my
Daniel
god,
did it?
my god of a brother, my disabled god of a brother, okay? I fucking love this guy.
The confidence.
He goes into this cookie shop, buys some cookies, he comes back to me, sits down, and he goes, she was pretty cute. And I was like, nice, dude, nice. Like, I'm just kind of like hanging out. I'm like, just waiting for Chance at this time. And I'm just like, whatever, bro. Like, that's cool, man. I'm glad you found something to stare at for a little bit or whatever, right? And then 30, 40 minutes go by, and then that's when he calls us, and I was like, dude, I'm going fucking home, right? And then Daniel's like, wait, I'm gonna go ask her out. I was like, what? Like, yeah. Oh. He walked right in. I was like, what a fucking champion. I wouldn't have done that if she was like a 30 out of 10.
No, you don't do that for hot girls.
I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it for a
No,
5 out of
no,
10, a 4 out of 10, a 6 out of 10. Dude, my confidence with women is so low that like I would have just stared at her and be like, hi. Not even that. That wouldn't have happened. Like I would have just bought my shit and left. Like, wow, she's kind of cute. No thought about it.
Not
but
worth
he's
it.
disabled. He can't drive. So before he goes, I'm like, Daniel, before you ask her out, I want you to think about this. How are you gonna see her? Who's gonna drive you? Cause it ain't me. Right?
What do you say?
I'm not driving to Scottsdale.
I'll walk.
And he's like, well, I'll get Misty to drive me. I was like, you think Misty's gonna fucking drive you? She's his caretaker right now, and she lives, like, towards my parents.
Yeah.
Right? So like Palo Verde, and then whatever is like more north of that.
Away. She lives
Yeah,
away.
she lives away, right? So I was like,
She doesn't want to drive all the way to Scottsdale.
no, she has sometimes problems driving here, you know,
Yeah.
and I understand that. It's a long fucking drive
Yeah.
sometimes. It just feels
wouldn't
like it,
wanna
right? So I was like, no one is driving you to Scottsdale to see this bitch, right? And he's like, well, I still want to ask. And I was like, fuck, bro.
Dude, maybe she'll come get
I
him.
was like, the confidence on this man. I was losing my shit, man. So I kind of walked away into the store, like Nordstrom right next door. And I was like, Dan, I'm going to wait right here on this bench. And if you don't come out with a number, I'm leaving. Like, that's what I tell him, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
And he fucks off, comes back. He's like, she said she had a boyfriend. I was like, yeah. I was like, I knew it wasn't going to happen. But the fact that he was brave enough to go out and do it, fucking God, dude.
The balls on this man.
I was like, Jesus, you have to be huge in there.
He walked in with such a big sack, you know, and
you can hear him coming.
Yeah.
Right? Clomping his way towards her.
I want to know exactly what he said, though. You know, I wish...
I wasn't going to be there. Like, hi, I'm his brother. He wants to ask you out.
No, I would have just enjoyed to see what...
I should have just walked in like another customer.
You should have. And just watched it go down. And he turns around. She said no.
Like, okay, let's fuck off.
She's a boyfriend. And you just start laughing. You're like, get in the fucking car.
It was a fun fucking day, dude.
That's awesome.
We might have... Oh, my God. They have a Kona grill, I think it is. Delicious fucking food.
No.
Delicious.
No.
You've never been there.
No.
So how do you know? It's like sushi. It's really nice. Like, it's a nice fucking restaurant.
Anything with grill in the name is not that good.
You know, Native?
New Yorker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a grill. You like them?
Well, it's called Native New Yorker.
You like it?
It's okay. It's not worth the money.
That's true. That place was worth the money. Well, that's not true. The sushi was cheap. Right? It was not even cheap. It was like normal sushi price, like 10, 12 a roll, right?
Yeah.
And then I got 2 rolls,
Okay.
right?
Was it worth
like,
it?
yeah, shit was delicious. It cost me $24. I got some dank ass sushi. I was like, this is fucking lit.
Yeah.
I love this.
Have you played Ultimate Tic-Tac-Toe?
I have. I don't remember the rules, and fuck that game. You asked me that. You
Last
said that
night.
on the phone.
Or
No,
today.
you said it
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
phone,
yeah, yeah.
and I was like, what? In my head, I was, what the fuck? Who would play Ultimate Tic-Tac-Toe, man? That's fucking retarded.
This guy.
When you said chess, I was like, that's legit. I like some chess.
Chess is cool. I have a chessboard. I should have brought it.
You fucking idiot.
For not bringing it? Or
Yeah,
just,
for not bringing it.
Okay. I forgot.
We could have been like mining, and it would have been like, okay, whoever loses has to go into the cave and mine for the other, like a slave.
I would have kicked your ass.
They have to wear a black skin.
I would have kicked the fuck out of
They
your
have to
ass.
wear a black skin.
What's wrong with you?
And
I don't even understand what
I'll
that
have a
means. Are you
police
being
officer
racist
skin.
or
Yeah,
something?
I am.
Okay,
I am.
okay.
Like, because I have the prison pack, so I could have made you a black guy, and I could have been the white officer.
I like that a
We
lot.
could have did some role play.
I like that a lot. Speaking of Minecraft has been fun.
Minecraft
Rejuvenation.
racism.
A renaissance for me has happened with Minecraft.
A renaissance.
A renaissance.
You want to talk about your shithole?
I love my shithole.
Talk about it.
Okay, so I am building my house, right? And at first it's made out of all wood. It's all wooden planks.
No, it's not.
No, at first.
No, it's not.
At first.
No.
What was it made out of first?
It was mostly dirt, and then you started replacing it with wood, and then one side was wood. No. One side and the top was wood, and then the other side was all dirt, and over to the back was dirt. So it was like roof, side, and the front. So 3 sides of it, wood. 2 sides, dirt. Oh, 4 sides. The floor was dirt.
Okay, and then the creeper blew up a part of my house and made that dirt. And then eventually I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck am I doing? And I tore all the wood down and made it dirt and sand because I have sand. I have like a beach or like on the front. Right
Yeah,
next to my house
he made a beachfront house like an idiot.
that is disguised with the environment. It still has some wood in it.
Disguised with the environment. It's a
It's-
lump just protruding off the coast.
I think most of the roof is still wood, if not all. I don't remember if I blocked off that cave. I think I have a dream that I blocked off the mine shaft. No, I actually did that. Never
You
mind.
did block up the mine shaft.
I
You were
did.
just tired as fuck last night.
I was tired as fuck last night, but I made a little farm, you know, and then I got some chickens. I made a little bridge. Then I made the fucking awesome tower of flour over
Are
there.
you building into the water for your farm?
No, I moved that away. I made an actual farm on the land
Behind your house or in front?
in front of my house.
Why in front? You had a cave right there.
That's why I blocked it off.
You didn't need to do that.
I did though. Because across the pond I have a mine shaft going because it's all fucking.
I was gonna mention this last night. I think we should explore from where your house is, like
Yeah,
up.
it looks way cooler on my side than it does your side. Your side is just shit.
It's shit.
Yeah.
My kingdom. My domain.
Okay, Bucker.
My fucking.
You know, have you seen what's his face? Russell Crowe's fucking Noah movie? The movie Noah. It's called.
It's
Noah.
called Noah, and it's about Noah and the Ark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It came out like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie. I am Noah, and you're the guy who's like, hey, see that boat over there? Yeah, it's fucking mine. And you just go try and kill Noah, alright?
I'm not trying to take your fucking boat. I
You
can
tried
make a
to
boat.
fucking blow up my house!
That was a prank, bro. I was
Oh
trying to
my
get you to
God,
blow up
bro.
your own house. This guy is so uncivilized. He doesn't know how to build shit, okay?
Uncivilized.
I'm out here trying to advance.
I choose my
You guys see the
lifestyle.
anime Dr. Stone? I'm fucking Dr. Stone. This is his fucking best friend, fucking Rock on Stone.
I choose my lifestyle, okay? I don't need fucking
You're the
rocks
type of
and
guy.
shit,
You're the type
okay?
of guy
I put all
that
my
moves from
resources
dirt to, like,
weapons,
cell phones.
tools, armor, and
Not
shit
even,
like that,
not
okay?
even, dude.
Shit like that. And then my house and the fence can be whatever the fuck as long as I got, like, the best tools and the best armor.
I have the best tools. I have the best armor, bro.
But okay, those tools aren't tools for, like, efficiency. They're like, I gotta make nice looking stairs.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with that.
Looks
So
like
what's
it
wrong
looks
with my shit?
civilized.
What's wrong with
Look,
my
you look
shit?
like a fucking caveman,
I am a
bro.
fucking caveman. Look at my fucking beard. What the fuck is that? Pubic hair on your fucking chin?
I wish. Pubic hair would be better.
No.
Sometimes I wonder, like, you know those fucking gross ass people who like let the pubic hair, the gross ass people in fucking high school or whatever, they would let it grow out, but it was still pubic hair, so they looked like a fucking disaster, but they had no issue with it.
Oh yeah, like.
Sometimes I wished I had their confidence, so I could grow this out without shame.
No, you don't want that.
Cause it's not terrible. It's just it doesn't fill in towards the lip.
Yeah, I have like the anti-Hitler stash going on here. It goes everywhere except the toothbrush area. You know, right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good.
Your two front teeth.
It's kind of smooth right there. Like right here, you can like feel where the hair is growing, but right here it's like ooh, peach fuzz. You know?
Peach fuzz.
Hello, pubescent
So
boy.
yeah. So because I have a similar, it doesn't grow as thick as yours, but like I have a similar like on the sideburns on the chin.
Yeah.
Right. It grows well in those areas, except for right underneath the chin.
Yeah, me too though.
Right. A guy with the fucking hair
Yeah,
just
just-
protruding,
but,
right?
like, when you-
and then around the lip, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just those like, if I were to grow a beard, it would be mutton chops. That's all I could pull off.
No, you wouldn't be able to pull off mutton chops.
Yeah, I know. It would look real. Oh my god, there's a YouTuber. What's his name? He has mutton chops. I want to say.
Fuck you. Back to Minecraft.
I want to say it's
okay?
Pestley.
No.
YouTuber is Jay Schlatt with the mutton chops, in case anyone was wondering. Something like that.
Fuck you. Back to Minecraft. All right. You have not looked at my fucking bridge. Okay, my bridge is 100% better than either of those bridges that you built at that cavern.
I built 3.
Any of them.
2 were very ratchet because
Yeah.
I was poor at the time, and I
Yeah.
was just trying to build back and forth from the ravine so I
And
could
your
get
resources
across.
are dwindling.
Oh no, I mined. A little late last night. Like after you got off, I played for 5-10 more minutes. Got a shit ton of cobblestone. Filled in all the area that I needed with the cobblestone.
You're a cuck monkey.
And then I got like a couple stacks of coal. And then like now I have like 100 and something iron.
What do you want, a fucking trophy?
No, I'm just saying like I'm no longer poor.
You will be.
Why? I have nothing else to build except for a farm, so all I'll
After I
need is
rob
wood.
you.
Just get the fuck off my dick, bro. I will blow your shit up. I
Dude,
still
the
have TNT.
moment you blow my shit up,
What are you
your
gonna?
kingdom is
You're gonna
gone.
burn it down?
Your kingdom's gone.
You're gonna burn
Your
it down?
kingdom's
I will
gone.
kick
That's
your
all I'm
ass. I
saying.
could literally kick you. It's my world, bro. It's not a realm.
Okay. Then guess what? Then that solves the fucking problem. I don't understand what you're. That solves my problem. That solves your problem.
You're like, I'm gonna start my own world.
I'll start my own fucking world.
We're gonna have a kingdom of dirt.
Oh shit! In your
I'm gonna
mouth.
destroy all the villages and make them dirt.
Nah, dude, I have a plan in my head. That the most civilized thing is gonna be the Tower of Flower, and the idea is the tree is gonna grow, and it's gonna be built around the tree, and at the top it's gonna be a single tulip.
I fucking hate you, man. I hate you so much.
Why? That's
God,
such a good fucking
it's such
idea.
a shit idea,
Oh,
bro.
dude. You know what you are? You're a capitalist pig.
I'm a
okay?
capitalist
You're a
pig,
capitalist
right?
pig.
You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
You don't
As-
care about the environment.
as
You don't
much as
care that
I-
that shit over there is fucking
Yeah.
bad for.
You're right though. Like every week, almost every week since you haven't been on the podcast, I've been going on CNN looking up a bunch of shit, whether it's environmental or political, and I'm kind of talking about it, right? But it like when I'm talking, it's like super serious, and I'm like, yeah, these are the issues, and then I make jokes or whatever, right? But then after the podcast, I don't even think about it again. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't care about Australia. I don't live in Australia. Shit. When the fires are going on there, I was like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I didn't
Glad
care.
it's not here.
I didn't care at all, you know? California fires, I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate.
I don't give a shit. It can't burn into Arizona.
It could.
No. There's no, like, it's all desert. From Arizona to Cali, it's all desert. There's no pines. There's not, like, a wooded area towards Cali.
You know what?
In Arizona.
I forgot what I was saying. One ear and right out the other.
But it wasn't even in your ear because I didn't say anything.
It went like this and then like went around my head and then it went.
But if it was a thought, it can't. If it's your thought, right? It can't go in your ear and out the other. It has to be something I said. Like I say something, it goes in one ear and out the other, meaning that you heard it but you weren't listening.
I'm gonna put my dick in your ear.
You see Scary Movie? It was like Scary Movie 4 or 5. There's a scene where he has his dick through a stall. Or whatever. Not even through. There's a glory hole, and he puts his ear next to it, and the dick goes through his ear and on the other side of his head, and the guy fucking dies.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it goes in and out his ears, and he fucking dies.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh.
They don't blur it out, right?
So you just see a
You
penis?
see a penis. Yeah, you
Oh.
see the end of the penis come out of his ear. I saw that when I was like 13. I was like, what the fuck
Can
is
we
going
talk
on in
about
here?
how like weird the rules are for what nudity can be shown on screen?
Yeah.
You can see a fully flaccid penis on screen, but it has to be like for a short amount of time. You can see titties the entire fucking movie. You can see even a little bit of a vagina, but not very much. You can see more of a penis than you can of a vagina.
Yeah.
If it's an erect penis, that's a whole fucking different story.
It's scary. Well, it depends. It all depends on like the production.
It can't be sex.
Like the people who are producing the movie, right? They're gonna have their own rules that they want. Like there's, I tooted.
Oh, it sounded like your phone. I was like, that's a weird noise.
So like, I was watching an anime, Berserk.
But anime's fucking different.
No. I'm gonna get to this, right?
Okay,
Some
okay.
productions, right? They'll show you side boob. They'll show you a shit ton of side boob, or even just
As long as they don't show the nipple.
as long as they're not showing the nipple, okay? I was watching this anime called Berserk over the last couple days. I just finished all the movies, and there's 3, which I was really hoping. I'm gonna touch on this. They end the show without like getting to the end of the show, right? Like the plot hasn't ended. Like the good guy still has to beat the bad guy.
Yeah.
Right? It hasn't happened, right? I thought the movies were gonna carry that on, right? Not at all. They went to the past and made 3 1 hour and like 30-minute average movies just on the past, like what happened that led up to the point of the show.
Maybe it was like a Batman Joker kind of thing.
So it was like it kind of is.
ending.
It kind of is.
Then it's never ending.
No. There's gonna be an ending, but it's not. Like Batman Joker. When I say like it's like a Batman Joker kind of thing, it means like they're enemies, but they're like best friends kind of, right? Because
they need each other.
yeah, right. But in the show, there has to be an ending because if one of them doesn't die, then the story can like neither of them can win. Right? Whereas in Batman
that's the point.
Whereas in Batman and Robin, as long as he gets arrested, Batman can be considered to be winning, right? Because he's put him in prison, right? If he escapes, that sucks, but he can put him back in jail, right? And his crime spree stops, right? Whereas this is like set in medieval times kind of, right? Where like if one of them doesn't die, and the way the show's set up is like the bad guy has like these demon powers or whatever, and he's going to take over the world. So if he doesn't die, the world's destroyed and created in his image or whatever, right?
So he's just gone.
Kind of. But then the good guy of this story is branded with this mark that says he's a sacrifice for that guy. But before all that happened, that was like his best friend, right?
Okay.
So the mark means he has to die, right? And in order for him to not die, he has to kill the guy who holds his mark. So the inevitable end is one of them have to die. At least that's how I'm perceiving it.
Maybe the point of the story there is no end.
There might be no. There's gonna be an end.
How do you know that?
But I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know if they're gonna end.
Because you just said it ended.
I was looking at some stuff last night. They're gonna continue the show.
Then why the fuck are you saying any of this shit? It doesn't matter.
Because they hadn't made a new season for almost 4 years. Everyone thought the show was over.
God, I'm gonna pee in your mouth.
It was just released like a week or two ago that they're gonna make another season.
Titties on screen.
Yeah, this is what I mean, right? So in that show, they won't show you vagina, right? But you'll see like bush where the vagina is, right? And then they'll show titty, like nipple and all, right? They'll show rape scenes.
Yeah.
Right? Where like you can still see the nudity of the woman and the man, right? But in other animes, even if there is a rape scene, you're not going to see anything. Right? It's going to be like you're going to hear like no, stop or whatever, right? And then like they're going to kind of cut, and then that way like cuz they don't want it to be too dark, right?
Yeah.
They're like, so that's what I mean. Depending on the production company, you might see a shit ton. Whereas like what is it called? Like All the American Pies, fuck ton of titty.
Yeah, but nothing else.
Ton of ass, right?
Nothing else, though.
But you'll never see a penis.
Or a vagina.
Right?
Vagina, I feel like, is held more sacred than a penis. Don't get me wrong. I agree. But,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I get it. I know what you're saying, right? But like
think
that's
they
what I
know what I'm
mean.
saying.
So like it's like a production, like it's the rules of the crew, right? If the like first of all, if the actresses are okay with it, right? And then if they're not, well then they have to come up with shots that still allude to the actions or whatever.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. By the way, props to the actresses that do that. They're like, I mean, not props, but like
they're
like a
willing to
weird thing.
get out of their shell to
Yeah.
do something for a film.
But what are their motivations? Why are they doing it?
Career, I'm guessing.
Career.
I think they might make more money
That's true.
if they
could.
do nude scenes.
Actually, yeah, probably. I think that's definitely correct.
So, but I don't know that.
We don't do any research here on the Meanest Game podcast.
You know, sometimes we do, but
you
today
do.
was so unplanned.
Yeah, it was very unplanned.
Like
It was
last night, we were playing the mine.
Yeah.
We were shafting.
shafting together. Yeah.
By the way, I found a shaft that I'd like to show you.
I thought you said you. Yeah.
But I found like more of the shaft.
Yeah.
It's a very long shaft.
I lifelong shafts. That's good.
So
It's very relatable.
many layers. It's very deep. Yeah. And I don't even know where I was going with that. The fucking penis joke took over the brain.
It was last night, planning today.
Oh, money. Money
What
for
about-
actresses. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we were just... The planning was dog shit. You hadn't been on in forever, and then you were like, hey, I need to get my car done.
Oh yeah.
Want to do a potty? And I was like, dude, for fuck's sakes, yeah.
Yeah. Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you. My car is currently at Discount Tire because on
You guys should go steal it. I'm going to give them the address. Hold on.
on Monday, I had like a flat tire and I was like, whatever, I'll get it repaired. But they were like, hey bro, your fucking tire is about to like fucking explode. And I was like, yeah, probably. I was gonna get.
What was it again that they did? They broke the
They broke the wheel stud.
Yeah, the wheel stud.
The wheel stud,
Mhm.
which I think they did it by over torquing it because.
Which is kind of hard.
No, it's not that hard.
It's pretty hard.
It's not that hard.
If you know what you're doing, it's hard. Like, you have to fuck that up pretty
That's
big.
what I'm saying. I think because it's very easy to get that shit wrong. Because a lot of the times, the kids in there, they don't fucking look all the time. They just grab it, kind of assume, and fucking yank that shit.
But even then, why would
And then
are they
once-
using torque bars?
So you can torque wrenches.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Well,
When
it's
you
probably old.
if you
it's a
use
15-year-old car. I
But
can
if you're
understand it
using like a
breaks.
drill or something, you can still torque it without breaking anything. You can use the drill. You don't even need the bar.
No, I had one broken, but I've seen like the studs broken before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens,
It
but
happens.
it's like, what are they doing, man? Like, especially if you're a tire company, and they say they train you. Like, I went
Also-
in for the interview, and they were like, yeah, we send you to a training either out in, I don't know where the fuck
They
it
didn't
was.
send me to a training.
Yeah, they said they were gonna do all the training for me, right? They were gonna send me out somewhere, and they were gonna get me trained, right, for the job. And I was like, well, I already know. Like, I've changed plenty of tires, like, in the middle of the fucking desert before, right? It's not hard. It's, depending on where you are, it's a pain in the ass, but it's
Oh,
not
yeah,
hard,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But
the
like,
concept isn't hard.
so it's like, if they are sending people to training, what the fuck?
I think
How do they
the
fuck it
training
up?
has like a lot to do with tire repairs. They never taught me how to do tire repair. They just kind of sent me out there without training. It was the weirdest shit because they talked about it. but
Tire
they never-
repair isn't like, they take the tire off the rim, fill it up with like a lube.
No, don't fill up. they fill up with lube afterwards. So basically how tire repair works, if you get a puncture, right, you have to like clean it, make sure the hole is all through. So you have to like go through the hole a couple times, make sure it's a clean hole, and then you go over on the inside, and then you put this little tar over it.
Yeah.
And then you put a sticker over it.
And then it
like
seals.
a protective sticker, and then you put
Does anything go on the
paint or tar
outside?
again over that. No, actually, the first thing you do is you pull a fucking piece of rubber through it, and then you do all that shit.
Yeah. So the rubber's there to
The
protect
rubber
it.
plugs the hole, and then the fucking tar. And the sticker
seals it. Yeah.
And then you put.
And then they slap it back on the rim and then put it on. Yeah.
It's actually kind of cool.
Honestly, I hate dealing with rims.
What do you mean?
Like putting it, because some tires, right? They're harder to get on a rim than others.
Oh yeah, the higher profile tires.
So like, you're. Oh my god, you're using a fucking crowbar and you're just like, "Rah!" And it's like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
Pain in the fucking ass,
People who
man.
buy high profile tires, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Because try changing that tire.
It's
put another tire on.
Exactly.
It's the biggest pain in the ass. So sometimes what happens is if you don't have a good grip on the fucking crowbar that you're using,
It'll slip,
it'll
smack
slip
you. Yeah,
and then go all the way back.
Either into the back, like if you're holding onto it right, hopefully it falls behind you. But let's say you're in front of that, right in your fucking chest, crowbars in your shoulder blade.
They say don't. They say don't like stand directly in front of.
Yeah, you're not supposed to, of course, right? But some people do.
Yeah, because they're fucking retards.
Exactly. It's one of those things like, don't cut towards you, cut away from you.
Yeah.
Right? Because you just slip. Oh, I just stabbed myself in my fucking liver.
Have I told you how I got this scar on my finger?
Now, where?
Well, you can't see it, but it's like thicker.
Okay.
Oh, it's not. It feels different. Anyway.
Yeah, I've had scars. I know how it works.
So I was not a few years ago, like 8 years ago. I was getting a present open for my brother. And I got a pair of scissors, and I put my hand on the edge of the present to like hold it, right? And I was like this, and I was trying to cut the zip ties, and went.
And you cut up towards your hand?
All the way, almost all the way to the tendon. Went to a doctor, and the doctor was like, "Oh,
tendon's on the other side, bud."
No, that's what they told me. That you almost cut the tendon, so they almost had to get surgery.
But the tendon's back here.
Don't tell me what they fucking told me. That's
Dude,
what
I've
they
had
told
tendon
me.
surgery before.
That's what
it's
they
like
told me.
on the back.
That's what they told me.
They're retarded.
Well, he's the doctor.
He's retarded.
Oh, I just fucking.
I've dealt with specialists for hand surgeries.
Well, maybe they're retarded.
I think. I doubt
Someone's retarded in this
Dude,
scenario.
someone is
It's not my
retarded,
guy.
and it's not you. It's not you
not
or
my
me,
guy.
but it's definitely your guy.
It's someone who's telling us the information's wrong.
Oh, how was it? Like a thin knife, like to?
No, it was scissors.
It was scissors.
Yeah.
So like it stabbed.
Yeah. So I didn't know that no, it cut like from here to here.
Oh, if it was cutting around, then it makes sense. But
It
like,
kind of cut through though. Because look, it definitely feels weird. I don't like touching it. Anyway, I go in the restroom and start washing off because I was like, oh, I cut myself. I didn't think it was that bad. And I go in and I see the water go inside my finger, and then the two flabs.
yeah, it's hilarious.
I was like, oh fuck, mom.
No.
And my mom said, I'm not leaving the kitchen. And she told my dad to go handle it.
Nice.
And my dad comes in, he's like, oh fuck, alright, get in the car. And he grabbed the fucking thing, he's like, don't get blood in my car. Drove the fucking, it was great.
When I was younger, I got a switchblade like an idiot. Right? I was like 11 or 12.
I want a
And,
switchblade comb.
or maybe I was younger. I might have been like 10 or 11. Okay. Got a switchblade and I was showing my friend it, and I got an orange. I was like, look at it, it's sharp as fuck, right? And I went through and I cut off the tip of the finger, right? Not cut off,
You
but
have a lot of
the meat from the nail, like right before the nail and down, cut off, like right around there, right? And it was the little piece of skin was holding on the flab, right? And I was like, what the fuck, right? I was like, ah! I gave out like a little scream, right? And I was like, Mom, Ruben, right? And my mom's freaking the fuck out, right? Ruben doesn't even miss a beat. I don't even go to the bathroom. Ruben just goes,
Dumbass.
sucks, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, we'll get some like tissue paper and we'll take you to the ER. And Ruben's done stuff like that to himself, but he never went to the ER, right? He's one of those people that it was like, Band-Aid. Like
It'll heal on its own.
meat is falling off of him, and he's like, Band-Aid, right?
Butterfly stitches.
Right? And so we go to the ER, and they put 3 shots in, like one here, and like
Why?
one right here to numb it. It was like Novocaine.
I got one shot.
And it was so they could stitch it back together or whatever, right? But like, I don't know, man. Like, that was the first, like, scar.
Why the fuck did you get 3 shots? I got 1, and it was like that, like right here. I think.
Maybe it's
right
because, like, how old were you? 11? Probably the same age, yeah. I don't know. Where'd you go?
Can't tell you that.
The one in Buckeye?
It's technically illegal.
The hospital. You can tell me the
Yeah,
hospital.
I didn't go to the hospital.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Okay.
Went to
I
a
know.
vet, yeah.
So,
to a veterinarian's office, yeah.
So we went to the what the fuck, dude! I love that so much. So I go to the ER. The guy looks at it. He's like, "That's a pretty good one." And I didn't cry the entire time, right? It might sound like I'm trying to sound cool or whatever, but that was just like the way we grew up. I've had my nail peeled off, right? I was standing in the ditch, and a kid stepped on my hand and drug my hand down, peeled off my fucking nail, right? Like, I've had shit like this happen before. I was riding my bike, and I was trying to do no hands.
Kids,
I was doing no hands, and the like rubber on the end of the handle was off, and I fell down, and the bar went into my armpit. There's a circle scar on the inside of my armpit.
That's rough.
Yeah. So like shit like that has been happening to me my entire life. So I got pretty tough pretty quick. Like we lived a pretty like ghetto life. We tried to make like our own ramps in our backyard. Yeah. We had a big backyard on our bikes. I flipped over my bike plenty of times, like bike landing on me. Like I've jumped off of hay bales and felt like my ankle was broken. Maybe it was. I don't know.
Doesn't
right?
matter.
I've backflipped and landed on the back of my fucking neck before. Like shit has been happening my entire life. So like I wasn't crying. I was just like, wow. Like I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Right? I might not have a fingertip anymore, right? Like I didn't know. I was like, what the fuck's going on, right?
Well, this year's Christmas present is gonna be a big one.
It was around Christmas time.
Yeah.
I think. So you know, they just come in, give me 3 shots, he stitches it up, and it's like, that's a pretty good one. And I was like, yeah.
I think mine was the day after Christmas.
Damn.
Yeah,
I went to the ER Christmas Eve or Christmas morning. I had a scorpion bite one knee, and I shook my leg. I was like, fuck. Oh. And I went to the other and stung my other knee.
The scorpion stung both your fucking legs? What a guy.
Both my knees.
So one time I was in the hospital for 3 days because there was a centipede. They don't have any idea what it is, but my mom says it could have been a centipede bite. And it was right here, and it grew to the fucking
holy shit,
my entire thigh, and it was swollen, right? It was fucking purple at one point. It was gross, and I had to go in, and the doctor told my mom, we have no idea what the fuck this is. So they just like started shooting me up with shots until it went down. I was in there for 3 days.
Oh my god!
Until the 3rd day, went home Sunday, still came back in time for school.
Jesus Christ!
I left Thursday night and came back Sunday afternoon.
God, dude.
And it was so funny. I cried so much because of how much fucking medicine they put in my fucking leg. It hurt. There was one of those days I got an omelet, best omelet I've ever had in my fucking life.
That's nice.
Yeah, I think it was just because like my tears were just like dried up, and then I was just like, man, this sucks. This is pretty good.
This is pretty good,
this
man.
Omelet is, it's kind of good.
God,
it's
dude.
the only upside of my life right now is this fucking omelet.
I remember getting out of the hospital.
I lose this fucking leg, but yeah.
Yeah.
And there. Oh, continue.
You're good. When I was in the hospital, I was in there for a month. Didn't eat any like normal food, right? Mm-hmm. So when I got out, like I always saw. So I was on the first floor in like the ICU center, right, for burn survivors, and then after like a week and a half, 2 weeks, they moved me up to like the 7th floor, which is like the recovery area, right? Mm-hmm. And in one of the showers where they like scrub you down and like get rid of all the like infectious shit, you can see Jack in the Box through the mirror window. And every day I stared at Jack in the Box, just wondering what normal food tasted like.
I hope I can get out of here.
I was like, one day
I would give to eat at that Jack in the Box right now.
Dude.
You can take both my arms, please.
I finally got to the hospital. That's the first thing I did. I was like, Mom, we're going to the Jack in the Box, and I'm eating so much fucking food right now. And that was the first time I ever had the bacon ultimate cheeseburger, mustard, mayo, ketchup. God, I couldn't even finish it because I'd been malnourished, right, the entire time. Yeah. It was like fucking frail bones. I was like, like coming in my pants, dude, at the thought of like just Jack in the Box. I was like, God, this is so good. And since then, I've always loved Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box is shit.
It'll be my favorite restaurant ever.
It's not.
See, it's an experience for me, man. It was
Mr. Beast.
no. It's I Buy Power. That's their logo.
Oh, okay. It looks like Mr. Beast's logo.
Yeah, I have a pretty ghetto
So,
computer.
Yeah, no worries.
Like other people have like
That was a quick transition.
dope shit.
I get distracted very easily if you can't tell. We both do.
It's not really like I'm still thinking about the story. It's just you switched it, so I naturally
Sorry,
jumped and
continue
switched.
with your story.
That was it.
Oh, epic.
That was
Anyway.
just good fucking food, man. Like Jack in the Box, and we were going back 2-3 times a week for like a year, so every time we went back, Jack in the Box or Taco Bell, because they were right next to each other. Dude, I got so fucking fat,
I understand.
like so quick.
I understand.
Right? I was bigger, but none of it was muscle. So some people thought I was strong, but I couldn't even open a water bottle at the time. I was like, bitch, I've just been eating Jack in the Box the last couple of days. I can barely
Last
walk.
couple of days.
I can barely fucking
My
walk.
body's not used to food anymore.
I was like,
They're used to tubes.
dude, I grew fucking 6 inches in the hospital.
I haven't grown in like 6 years.
In a month, I grew 6 inches.
I wish I grew 6 inches anywhere. Vertically or horizontally, man.
Oh, you couldn't like, you know how when you have growing pains?
Yeah.
No growing pains.
But you were fucking shot up with so much shit, probably.
Mhm,
Yeah.
exactly. Dude, I was on 3 drugs at the same time. Versed, morphine, which Versed is like right below morphine. So it goes Versed, morphine, and Oxy. Every day.
Dude, you're living the life.
My kidneys must have been so fucking shot,
Dude,
dude.
everything in your fucking body was just like, what the fuck? What is
What is
going on?
going-
Right now? Like,
right?
what is going on outside?
God,
Like,
oh my God, there was a while, like, and I like they tell you like they can get addicted to the drugs because they're in so much pain, right? And like I was addicted. Like there was moments where like I'd be freaking out and I thought I was in so much pain, even though I wasn't,
Yeah.
right? Like literally just like I need morphine right fucking now, right? Like it was, dude, it's so fucking toxic, like the shit they give you in the hospital.
yeah.
Sorry, that's supposed to stay back there, but I moved it.
That's fine. That's fine. What have we been doing this for?
We are at 46 minutes.
It does not feel like 46 minutes.
Not at all, but it feels good.
It does feel good.
Feels good.
Feels good to be back. With the,
Fucking shithead.
yeah. It's been busy, man. Like if I do it every week, I'm gonna run out of shit to talk about, run out of that motivation, run out of that want to do it. I don't want that to go out.
I won't say that it's gone away, but there's definitely some days. Like last week, I was like, "Fuck!" It was more of like a necessity. Like I need to do this, rather than it was like I want to
You
do
don't
this.
need to do it.
Well, that's true. It was more like it was one of those like chore moments where it was like you have homework, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I have to do it. It was like one of those things.
I understand.
For last week. And I'm not gonna lie, if I compare last week's podcast to the one before that, shit, in comparison.
Yeah.
I did like almost no research.
Yeah,
and then
there's
all
a-
the stuff I pulled up froze.
You have bad luck.
So-
You have really bad luck.
I wasn't gonna restart my thing. I even talked about it. I was like, fuck, it's frozen, right? I was like, okay, we got 2 options. Restart this, continue the podcast after the fact. And I was like, fuck that, I'm too lazy.
Yeah,
Like, and you can hear me saying this shit like on the thing. Like no. But that's what it like last week it became the what the fuck, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, that's why. See, I think we should not we, because I'm already doing it. But the way I'm doing it is I'm gonna like when I can and when that spark is there, I'll talk to you. See, whatever.
Mhm.
Like today, And I think you should kind of adopt that philosophy.
No.
No, you're gonna still do it every week.
Yeah.
All right, fair
No.
enough. Fair enough.
I'll still do it every week. That's just because
Do you want to do a special election podcast
a special election podcast. Like what's that? What
on election day?
on election
Or like
day?
we can release like a.
Has there already been any holidays
No.
since?
No, the next holiday is Thanksgiving, I think, or Veterans Day.
Wait, that's already passed. I thought.
Veterans Day? It's in November.
No, fuck. I don't know. Man. I don't know my
Oh,
holidays.
what's no? We have October Halloween coming
We have
up.
Halloween. We'll do Halloween. You want to do a party on Hollow?
Yeah, we can do a party.
I mean,
Just us.
that would be sad. I got some people I can invite.
I have no one.
I can invite Raylan, and we could
Don't
ask.
mention names on here.
I can invite someone who is a woman,
What's wrong with you?
whose name is not Raylan, and then the Jew.
Yeah, I don't. Let me see who I can invite. I might.
We couldn't invite our retard.
Actual retard?
Yeah,
Why not? Yeah, we can.
He lives too far.
Yeah, that's true.
And I wouldn't want him to come out here and then like. And plus, he's just too good of a guy, man.
What about that bitch?
Yeah.
That bitch?
Yeah. Just all of them.
That bitch?
Yeah.
And then not that bitch. We'll get fucked or something.
Yeah.
Not that bitch.
Who's that? Yeah, invite her.
Invite her. See
Yeah.
what happens.
I don't care. Invite anyone.
She won't come.
If she needs to be mature.
Do you want that man? The old? Do you remember him?
Oh my god, I love him.
I
He was the
texted him the other
best.
day.
What did he say?
I forgot to respond to him. I feel so bad. I texted him. I was like, "Hey man, how you doing?" And he was like, "I'm good." You know.
I don't think he liked me after my junior year.
He didn't like me after my sophomore year.
After junior year, because like beforehand we were like soccer buddies, right?
Yeah,
we like
yeah,
played
yeah.
soccer and shit, and we talked and stuff, video games, soccer, whatever it was, you know. And then by junior year we had that class together, DP history,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I was a toxic fucking mess in that class, dude.
So was I though, but
Dude,
like a
I was
different
always
way.
messing with him, man. I almost said it. Like he had this like huge, like he was getting like these really bad headaches, and I
Yeah,
forget
yeah,
about it,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
would mess with him, and it would just like start fucking boiling his head. Like, God, I felt so bad.
My table with I'll tell you the names later, but my table specifically, we all there's three of us who did not care because we all viewed like let's do minimal work, let's do what's on the rubric.
Yeah.
And like the other two guys were like, nah, let's actually do it. It's like, we're fine, this is fine.
Mhm.
And we just talked about Jordan Peterson basically an entire year. It was great.
Jordan Peterson, woman?
No,
Jordan Peterson.
he's a god. Look him up, boys. If you don't know who Jordan Peterson is, he's a good fella. He's a good fella.
What is he?
I haven't watched any of his videos in a few years. He's like a Canadian philosopher type guy. He wrote he wrote 12 Rules for Life or some shit like that for young men.
Okay.
He's the like free speech guy for Canada because Canada wrote in that law a few years ago. It's like if you don't use a pronoun or some shit like that, and he was like, nah, fuck that.
Mhm.
You know, that's a. He wasn't against transgenders or anything. He's like, I don't care who the fuck
He was
you
just
are.
against
It's like
misidentifying.
you shouldn't put that in the government. You shouldn't put
Yeah.
that against. You shouldn't add that as a law.
That's just something that, like, you know, as a person, you would be willing to recognize the fact that it's the respectful thing to do.
He was the Channel 4 guy. The channel like
Channel 4 guy.
not the Channel 4.
Like
guy.
I'm watching Canadian Channel 4.
What do you
What's
know?
going on in fucking Quebec today? Like,
Hang on. I can figure this out.
hold on. I can pause this. I didn't know that.
No, oh, you can. It's
Yeah.
too late now. That guy?
Dude, no idea who the fuck
Do you
he
know
is.
who that is?
She looks familiar.
Well, she's a meme, so it's fine.
She's a meme. So. Her life doesn't matter. She's a meme.
I don't.
It sounded like you had something to say
I
there.
forgot what I was saying.
That's fine. Did you want to talk about what we did at the diner?
Oh yeah. Okay.
This was political, right?
It's a little political. I see. I wouldn't consider this political. I was thinking about it when it was happening. Anyway, okay. I'll explain the story first.
Mm-hmm,
So, I forgot exactly what I was talking about, but I was outside my school in the parking lot with a friend, and he's from Bosnia,
Oh yeah.
and he I called him American, referred to him as American or something, or we're all Americans or some shit along those lines, and he seemed very insulted to be considered American. He was born in Bosnia, but he was raised basically most of his life here, and I didn't see the reason why you'd be considered.
Are you sure they don't have because I'm pretty sure dual citizenship isn't legal in America. Like you're a citizen of America, and then you have to give up citizenship somewhere else.
He said he was dual citizen.
Because from what I think I know, that's not allowed.
Dual citizenship, American. The concept of dual nationality means that a person. U.S. law does not mention dual nationality or require a person to choose one nationality or the other. A U.S. citizen may naturalize in a foreign state without any risk to his or her U.S. citizenship.
Okay, so he's naturalized, but he's not a dual citizen.
I guess legally not. They don't care though. It says that they don't.
So there is no American term for dual citizenship.
Yeah, the United States allows dual citizenship. This means American citizens don't have to give up their U.S. citizenship if they move. If you are foreign born and looking to become a U.S. citizen, you can also become a dual U.S. citizen. And then it goes on to the name of the countries. July 15, 2020.
Okay.
So
Never mind. I apologize.
no worries.
We confirmed it. You're welcome. This is fact checking.
Yeah, this is.
Oh my God!
live
Real quick.
fact-checking.
Real quick.
Real quick.
My dad sent me a petition for real-time fact-checking to take place at the next
election
for the election.
That'd be
for the
fucking
debate,
epic.
right?
Dude.
So
Send me the fucking.
if we can
petition.
sign, if enough people sign the petition, they'll get a fact checker.
Put on Instagram. Put on
to,
the
like-
Venus King Podcast Instagram.
Yeah, I will. You know what? I will do that. I'll share it, and I'll put it on mine. and
I'll put it on
send
mine
to
too.
you.
I'll put it on mine.
That'll be dope
Yeah.
because the last election
Was
there
just
was none.
throwing
It was-
fucking jabs both ways.
It was like 3% of Americans, and it was like, actually, you're wrong.
you have small hands.
It was fucking.
You'd be in jail. Where's your emails, Hillary? Where's your... He's like, okay, what the fuck, dude? I haven't been alive that long. I haven't experienced except one, maybe two elections in my life that I
One
can
election.
remember.
One
There really
election.
only one, right?
Right, because we were
But
too
we
little.
all know that's not how elections are supposed to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking, I was like, what's happened the last two fucking elections? With both Donald Trump and the world just goes fucking insane.
Insane.
Anyway, me and this Bosnian kid, he gets insulted that, he was like, I don't want to be called, like, I'm not an American or whatever. I'm dual citizenship. I'm Bosnian. And I was like, okay, you're technically Bosnian. But your parents, like, moved here for a reason. His parents moved here permanently so they can have a better opportunity, a better lifestyle, because, let's face it, Bosnia ain't that great on the leaderboards of greatness.
Of greatness. Look up the greatest countries in America.
I want you to say what you just said again.
I know what I said. I know what I said.
And so he disagreed. Like, I was trying to explain to him that America has this, like, different culture. I'm paraphrasing what I said at the restaurant. I don't exactly remember what I said at the restaurant because I already said it.
Naturally.
I'm not good at remembering. Anyway. Fuck.
Yeah. Down syndrome is strong with this
Fuck,
one.
yeah. I got the downs. I got the odds. Oh, I got the ups. So
what are you referring to? Because I remember after you mentioned that, you started talking about another girl who's of Latina descent.
Yeah.
And how she, like, completely shut down after the fact. You were trying to, like, talk about, like,
because
America isn't...
When we go in...
It's a nationality, not your ethnicity, right? So you can be Bosnian.
Yeah.
Right? But it doesn't mean you're any less American if you're a citizen.
Yeah, or not. Well, okay, so when...
No, if you're a citizen, you're American. If you're not, you're not American.
So he disagrees with me, like, I'm not American. He takes that as, like, an insult. So we go inside, and I talk to this Latina girl, and she, I mentioned turn that fucking up every podcast.
Yeah, you're right. I turned it down for one of the podcasts, and I got a shit ton of messages, did not see them.
And then I start to explain, like, you can't go to France and become French. You can't walk down the street in France just because you have your citizenship doesn't mean you're French.
Yeah.
Right? You can come here and citizen or not, you live here or not, you walk down that street, anywhere you are, you're usually considered an American. You're like, oh, how are you? Unless you're fucking...
That's what I'm saying. It's not citizen or not. It's if you're a citizen, you're considered American.
If you're a citizen, if you're a citizen, you're considered American. But I think there's a little bit more.
But that's what you're saying. That if you go to France, become a citizen, you're not French.
Yeah.
Right. You're not. You are German. You are Dutch.
German.
You are
Yeah.
English. Right. You just happen to live in France.
And so this Latina girl, she completely I was born here. I am technically an American, but I'm not an American. I'm Mexican. And I was like, whatever you just said to me doesn't make any fucking sense.
The biggest misunderstanding people have is that being an American isn't your ethnicity, right? And I was talking to you about this, obviously, right? But I'm saying it again for you guys, is that the biggest the thing is that when you become American, or if you are American, that does not change the fact that you're Mexican or African American, or I'm just saying African American as, like, if you're from Africa. We all know there's a shit. Like, it doesn't change the fact that you're Nigerian, okay? Or, like, those things don't change. It just means that you are now a citizen of the United States, so you are American by nationality, which is why we have the word nationality, right? My nationality is Canadian, right? I go to Canada, become a Canadian citizen, I'm now Canadian. Right now, because if you think about it, if you're in Quebec, right, Quebec is full of French people, right, but they're Canadian, right.
French
if you go to if you go somewhere else, they're not French. I'll tell you that much. Sometimes they're natives.
Oh yeah.
To the land. Sometimes they're just white dudes from fucking England.
There's a strong discrimination between French and French Canadian. I think they hate each other.
Yeah.
I've heard. But another thing that I said to this Latina girl is that Because I thought she said the other day that we're all Americans here. We should all just whatever, treat each other equally, and because we're all Americans. And she heavily no, that's not what I said. That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
Like, we are not all Americans, and I don't like that because they're not their parents. I don't know if her parents or her grandparents moved here for whatever, but the Bosnian kids' parents moved here for a better life because they viewed America as
an opportunity,
and a better lifestyle for their choice, for their family and life. And I think that's a good way to look at life in America. So my Hispanic background, my grandmother or her mom, I guess my great grandmother, moved here from Spain, or moved to Mexico from Spain and then moved over here. It's like very unclear, but my grandmother is proud to be here. She is very proud. She votes every election. I don't know, it just irritates me because I view my country in such a high. Don't get me wrong, we do have our fucking
downfalls,
issues.
but
we do have our issues, but I view.
It's like one of those things where it's like I can talk shit about it, but you can't.
Yeah.
Right. It's like if someone. It's one of those moments where it's like I have a disabled brother, right? I can joke about my disabled brother all I fucking want.
I can't.
You say some shit.
I don't wanna.
I'm gonna fucking hurt you.
Yeah.
Because it's my brother.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what it is. Like, this is my country. I'm gonna protect my country.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, if you're not American, if you don't live here, and you don't understand, like, if you're just visiting or something, you're like on a work visa and you're like, oh, I hate America. Shut up. You don't live here, right? You don't have the right to say this. You don't have to deal with these things like that we'd have to deal with, right? You're on a work visa. You're not having to deal with the same consequences of the actions of our government. We are, right? So stop talking. I'm not going to talk shit about your country because it's not my country. I've never been there. I don't have a right to speak about it because I don't know what it's like, right?
Yeah.
So don't tell me that my country's shit. I live here, right? I can say it's shit all I want.
Yeah.
You don't have the right to do that.
See, I think we are arrogant as Americans.
Well, even then, you have the right to do that.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm still going to get upset.
No, get me wrong. No, I'm not saying that's wrong.
Yeah.
I am saying that we are arrogant as Americans because we claim ourselves as the greatest country in the world. But we don't say, hey, Russia, like, you're the worst. Actually, Russia a little bit.
We're not telling other people they're the worst.
We're just saying we're the greatest.
Yeah.
Because I looked up a stat the other day because I was so pissed off. My true patriotism came out that day. I was so fucking pissed. And it was weird because I was never mad like that. So,
and
okay.
we won't lie. Like, there's countries doing better than America socially, right? Like, their countries aren't completely like disrupted, right? Like,
I think Switzerland's like the only country who's never has problems.
For real, right? Like, we're not saying that other countries, right?
Mm-hmm. I looked up a stat.
Aren't having problems. We're just saying that if it's our problems, we'll talk about our problems, right? But we're not
bigger than Europe.
We're not gonna comment on your problems because they're not our problems, right? If you ask for a comment, I can give you a comment as best as I can come up with the knowledge that I have. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to like post online like Europe fucking sucks. Fuck Europe, because I'm gonna be honest. And from the things I've heard about Europe and different countries, right? I want to go there. I want to visit.
I don't.
And I wouldn't even mind.
Visit, but I don't want to live there.
I wouldn't even mind living there. My dad lived there for a long time, and he was like, "Dude, I love Europe. It's the best, right?" And I was like, and the way he's described it to me, I'm like, "That sounds awesome. I would love to live in a place in Europe, right?" Mm-hmm. But that doesn't change the fact that it's not like my job to discredit another nation when I don't live there.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I understand.
But it's obviously different, like, if they're committing a genocide. Like, if it's Rwanda, I can say, fuck, Rwanda's shitty, bro.
Yeah.
Because they committed a genocide, right?
Yeah, like there's a slave trade going on in Libya right now.
Like, I can say that not everything's going too great in China.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're killing protesters.
There's killing protesters and there's concentration camps for Muslims over there.
So, you can say that, yeah, not everything's going great in America, right? There are some problems we have, but you don't get to say,
I think there's
America
also,
sucks.
Yeah.
Well, you can, obviously, right?
But like,
it's disrespectful. There's like a system of honor here, and we need to be able to respect and honor everyone's feelings, right? And you need to acknowledge that if you don't live there, if you don't have the personal like insight, right, then you don't get to comment without expecting like lashback or like someone to react to that.
When Trump said like those countries are shitholes, Don't get me wrong. I don't think that he should have said that.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what country's exact. I remember Haiti was mentioned at one point, and that should not have been said. Don't get me wrong. That was a hefty mistake on our president's fault.
Hefty.
Yeah, hefty. But the other day I looked up a stat. The 15 countries with the most immigrants in 2019 that immigrated to that country. And the top 3 are Saudi Arabia, Russia, and the United States. Saudi Arabia has 10.8 million. Russia has 11.6, and the United States has 48.2 fucking million.
Yeah.
In 2019.
Yeah.
If
You want to talk about open borders?
yeah, we're fucking just letting them in.
We're open.
Yeah, we're fucking open. Like, fuck you guys.
Right?
I don't know. I'm very. I'm like, when I get patriotic, I get stupid.
When you become American, all of the rights that we have apply to you, and sometimes it applies to you whether you're American or not. There's basic human rights that everyone gets to have, right? But
I'm hungry.
that doesn't mean you should shit on another country, and maybe that's just a form of
Also
ignorance.
on other countries, just to talk shit though.
Right, like in one of our podcasts, we were like, "Fuck France," right?
Yeah.
We've never
Yeah,
been to
fuck
France. We don't know
that
about.
was like a joke though. That
Yeah,
was like
exactly,
yeah.
right? We're joking around. It's all a joke, right? Like,
Fuck
there's some
France.
cool places in France. I'm
Yeah.
not hating
I
on
don't know.
France. There
Yeah,
are some
yeah.
there's nice and bad people in every country, and France is one of those countries with nice and bad people.
I think
so
it's wrong to judge countries on stereotypes, because American stereotypes are like, oh, you're dumb and lazy.
yeah,
It's like, yeah, the stereotype are dumb and lazy is because we don't have to work as hard, because
we have a better
we
economy.
have a better economy, we have a better system than yours. I'm sorry that you guys can't figure it out, you know?
Obviously, these are personal feelings. Like,
No, this is definitely a personal feeling I
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
I am very, like, oh, God. Don't get me wrong.
it can be said, and there are statistics to prove that Americans are not as intelligent as other nations.
Well, it's just because our
Because-
education system is shit.
Not only because our education is shit, but because there's not the need.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah,
There's not
a
the
lot of-
same. There's not the same requirement and need for people to become educated
There's a lot
anymore.
of,
right?
and we're more philosophical
And
than
even then, right? There might not be the need, but there's no, like, I want to say like purpose anymore, right? There's no driving purpose that lets us go towards something, right? If you live in another country, the purpose, like if you live in India, right? And I only know this because I'm a pretty smart guy, right? There's the caste system, right? If you're born into one caste or class, right, you can't move up from there, right? So the purpose for getting education is to move up in class so that you can give more to your kids. We don't have that driving purpose here. Sure, you might be born into the middle class, but the middle class ain't fucking bad, right? Even our lower class isn't bad, right? It's not a terrible place to be.
Yeah, our lower class is better than a lot of third world countries' top class.
Exactly.
You know?
So
as-
it gets to this point, not top class,
Not
because some of the
second
top
class.
class, the
Middle
top
class.
class in like third world countries
Are
is like
fucking-
a fucking mansion, right?
yeah,
because
yeah.
they're feeding off the lower classes,
Yeah.
right? So it's like we don't have the same like social pressures to do
Well-
as well to drive us towards getting a goal.
No, but I
Like
don't think it has to
becoming
do
a
with
doctor or
smartness, though.
becoming a lawyer, right?
think
But
that's-
that's no, that does, because since we don't have the same drive or the same reason to drive ourselves, we don't need to become smarter, right? So in our minds, it's like this psychological. Well, they're doing fine, and they have a bachelor's, right? They have a minimum small degree, or they have an associate's. They have a basic degree, and they have a house or
In
an
other
apartment,
countries, you
and
have
they're
to
doing
work-
they're doing really well for themselves. So you don't have to be as smart to be as successful
There's a
in this
whole
country as you do in others, right?
I think, but I also think the further west you go, the more it is philosophy-wise we are greater. I guess we ask more like
Well, let's be honest.
not as of late.
Yeah. But
But
even then, it's not like we're experts on this. So
We're
it's
not
like
experts on this. I can say what the fuck I
your
want. Fuck you
perception.
guys.
Your perception is that there's more of a
A philosophy. Why are we here? Then do it. kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not like I need to do this to survive. It's more like, what do I want to do, or why do I want to do it?
And then do it for yourself in pursuit of happiness and shit like that.
Yeah, it's the pursuit of happiness rather than the pursuit of
and the
survival.
pursuit of happiness existed before, like that concept existed before our Constitution or whatever, the reason, you know, our rights or whatever. And that's why it was put into the Constitution. Anyway, fucking, so I think a lot of reasons, we don't need to be smart to make money in the United States, though. Because
that's what I was saying.
Like my job, not my job, but my career that I hope to get into.
It's a trade.
It's a trade. You have to be a little smart, but you don't have to ask why. You don't have to ask like anything. Like you don't have to ask like, what's math? What's 200? You know, what's all these math equations?
Yeah.
What is going on socially here?
What's this book mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
You don't have to do.
It's
shit
a manual.
Like that.
It's like a manual, right?
Car mechanics do really fucking well. Fucking discount tire people do really well. You don't need to be fucking Albert Einstein to do well here, and I think that is a pro and a con.
Yeah.
Because
it's a pro and a con because there's no drive, there's no reason for us to try to elevate our education.
Yeah.
Right? But at the same time, it's cool because you don't need, like, if you were born with some sort of mental handicap that makes it where you're incapable of learning, you still have a chance of success.
Yeah.
Right? You're not limited by your brain, right? You're only limited by your will to do things, right? Your will to want a house, right? So if you don't want a house, well then that's something that is restricting you from getting that, right? But I wanted to say this, and it's kind of off topic what we're saying.
No worries.
The American dream obviously is not what it used to, right? But it's still the general concept, right?
What's the general
pursuit of happiness?
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of people perceive that differently. My perception is that when you come to America, or if you live in America, the American dream applies to anyone and everyone, right? Whether you're born here or you come here, okay? It's the idea that you will struggle, right, for whatever it is that you want, right? It doesn't matter, and it's about, I said it so much better in the restaurant. It's about taking the risk or taking the steps to achieve that dream and accepting the consequences or the successes that come with those actions, right? So if you fuck up at some point and let's say you land in jail, well, that's the consequence, right? You landed in jail, well, now you can't get the job you wanted because you have a police record, right? Well, that sucks. But now it's up to you to take that consequence and try to turn it into a success that you didn't know or didn't know how to get around originally. And I have to shit, so we should end this soon.
Hang on, real quick. I think the individualism that I think America used to have, not really anymore. We said that no matter, I'm not gonna let anyone else tell me and dictate whatever the fuck, like what I want to do with my life, control what I want to become in my life. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna work my fucking ass off if I have to get there. But I think that has fallen off really steeply in the last 20 years because more people are relying on the government, more people are relying on Big Brother up there, taxes and shit like that.
And they're the same people to say, like, the government's watching me. Well, yeah, they are because they're giving you shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, just want to end up. Stay individual, okay? Don't let other people control it. Like, don't be a victim, all right? Don't be a victim. That's all. That's my fucking word of advice to you this week.
And let's be honest. I was applying for unemployment, right? Some people say that like they get unemployment, they just don't have the time or the opportunities to go out.
No, people abuse the fuck out of welfare.
They abuse the fuck out of welfare, and literally it says
it's so
like
easy,
when you sign up for welfare, because I was trying to do the pandemic relief because I was out of a job for a while, right? I mean, I'm still out of a job, but like at the time I was like placed on like relief, I guess, from my job. I wasn't fired. I was just like on the side. So I still had a job, but I wasn't getting any money because I couldn't work, right? So as I was signing up for that, I accidentally was signing up for the regular, and they tell you like in the like right before you hit submit, like, yes, this is something I want to do. It gives you a list of things that you have to partake in order to continue getting that welfare, right? And it literally tells you they want you to partake in job fairs. They want proof that you've sought after jobs, right? They want to know that you're putting in the work to try to get yourself out of this situation. So you have to provide that proof. So the fact that there are people that are either faking or lying or not accepting jobs when it's within the contract of getting welfare is disgusting, right? Because it's like They're giving you that to help you get on your feet, not so you can live off of it.
Yeah.
Right? It's there to help you take the next step. Right? It's not there for you to rely off of, right? So the fact that you would be living on welfare for 60 years, 30 years, 20 years, even more than a year, right, is disturbing. Well, even if it was like, if you were in a really shitty place, you need welfare just to get an apartment, right? So maybe you just live on it for a year, okay? But by a year's time, right, you should have a job, you should be making your own money, and you should be seeking an education, especially if you are getting welfare. So, right, let's say you are on welfare and there's this job that has a better pay. Maybe it's not ideal, but it has better pay, right? While you're on welfare, maybe go get your associate's degree, right? It's a 2-year degree. So, cool, you're on welfare for 2 years. After 2 years, you're off welfare, you have a better job, you're paying for yourself, right? And making smart decisions. Don't have 12 kids when you're fucking 19, idiot.
Don't be a fucking retard.
Yeah. And if you are gonna have those kids, right? Well,
Accept the consequences.
Accept the consequences. You're gonna be broke, and you don't deserve to live off the system because you were an idiot.
Yeah.
Right? If you can't afford to have those kids, sorry to say it, maybe that kid doesn't get to live this year.
Maybe that kid doesn't deserve to live with you. Maybe,
Yeah.
Maybe you should probably get your kids taken away.
Or maybe you abort it. Okay? Maybe don't even, because now you have to live with the regret that you got rid of your kid because you couldn't afford him, right? He's gonna resent you for that at some point, right? So, save yourself some trouble. Save the kids some trouble. Maybe
Save everyone some trouble.
Yeah.
Maybe they do the paperwork at those offices.
And foster homes aren't great. Kids have been molested in foster homes, right? It's not a system you want to shove your kid into anyways. Save everyone trouble. Abort the motherfucker, okay? Make smart decisions and live with your choices like a responsible adult.
World population goes down if you do that, by the way.
I'm not even gonna lie. We need birth control. Like regulation, we need regulation. Like what China, like even China, they did the 1 or 2 kids, right? And they still have a large population. We need to do something that is like unavoidable.
What do you mean?
Like a way that we can regulate the amount of people who are born every year.
No.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
No.
Like, we need to slow the fuck down giving births.
It won't. Dude. Human biology. Human nature is not gonna stop.
Yes, but I'm definitely on the side of no, I don't want the government controlling how much who gets born. If we get overpopulated, then I hope we all fucking die and fucking implode on some shit.
My own opinion is that the amount of kids you should have or can have is based on monetary income.
Well, we all do pretty well.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right?
So if you have 2 kids, 3 kids.
No, this is what I'm saying, okay? If you are rich, right, you're going to have more kids than people in the lower class. Because even if you're in the lower class, it doesn't mean that they can afford a kid, right? They can afford to take care of themselves and their wife if they're both working. Add a kid into the mix, one of them has to stop working. Or they have to pay for a daycare, right? Which is expensive, right? Maybe they can afford that, right? So now they start defaulting on insurance or other payments that they have to have, right? Well, they're fucked, okay? So, yeah. If your monetary income is not enough to substantiate the life of a child, right, without causing major problems within your financial areas, then you shouldn't have a kid. You shouldn't be allowed to have a kid.
This is where me and you disagree, bud.
It's my own opinion that all boys should be tied the moment they're born. All males. Because it's just a small surgery. Tie their tubes. If you want to get your tubes untied, it's a small surgery. Right?
Yeah, but you're making that decision for me, dog.
Tie women and children. I mean, tie women and boys, right?
No,
Make everyone.
Doesn't matter. When I am born, I didn't want my fucking meat cut off my penis. What if I wanted it on there? Uncircumcise me or uncircumcise me. You know what I'm saying?
Uncircumcise me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't have a choice in that, and don't get me wrong.
I mean,
I don't care that much because I was raised like this. Because 18 years ago. Not 18, 19 years.
What are you gonna if you're mad that you've been circumcised, what are you gonna sue your parents? Just fucking grow up, man. It's to your parents' discretion to have that done to you.
You would have to drill the tubes tying ideology so fucking hard in the culture before you even considered it.
Oh yeah.
Introduced as a law.
Exactly, because the Jewish culture, right, is the ones who did the circumcision, right, and then that became even then it was about hygiene. Right? Yeah. It was recognized.
Don't get me wrong. It's a good idea for hygiene, but
it was recognized as a hygiene, right? So it became a cultural thing.
I thought you needed shit.
I do.
Do you wanna?
It's fine. maybe I shit my
Finish
pants.
this point.
Sometimes you just gotta shit your pants for the good of the people.
Man, I understand.
Hour and 18. This has been we haven't had this in a while.
We haven't had this in a while.
In a long
That's
while,
true.
right?
Since the first one.
But it's my own opinion that we need a form of controlling birth within the United States, and that's hard when you have a country the size of
Did you hear about
fucking
that?
everything.
Did you hear about the world clock in New York that has 7 years on it and says that's the point where humans have hit the point of Earth's no return to good,
No man, that's
Yeah.
fucked.
and that's not true at all. I don't think. I think we'll be fine.
I wonder if they're clocking the amount of the rates of pollution, right? And
They're
by
pushing a
the-
fucking agenda. Okay, there's no science behind it. They were like, that seems fucking clout. Fuck.
clout.
Yeah.
That seems clout, bro.
It's so annoying. Anyway, this has been the
This has been the Weenus Gang podcast.
yes sir.
Seth back on it for a
Surprise,
day.
surprise,
Who knows if he'll be back on again.
yeah.
I was gonna add a solo to this, depending on how long this went, and I
you
don't
a
need
solo.
to
Yeah.
at all.
Good.
So, that's been it, gents.
Yeah. Keep your tits dry, my boys.
Woo!